we're a small agricultural home-based business which engage in the practice of vermicomposting. We have a worm farm in our garage, which is specially built and heated. We house and care for the worms as well as harvest castings for sale. Vermicomposting is the process by which you utilize a special species of red worms to break down fruit, vegetable, and grain waste. We use Icenia hortensis. Most people are familiar with the red wigglers, which are Icenia fetida. We use these because we can get them in large quantities in Canada, which we cannot get large quantities of the Icenia fetida in Canada. The worms are hermaphrodites, and so it takes two to create a cocoon, which is where the baby worms come from. The worms have 5 parts. They don't see, they don't hear, they don't smell, they breathe through holes in their skin. Their skin is sensitive to the light and also to touch. So they have an amazing sense of touch. That's how they find each other. That's how they find their food. Worm composting done in some sort of aerated bin using damp carbon-based material, such as shredded newspaper, chopped box cardboard, fall leaves, or coir as bedding. We use newspaper, chopped box cardboard, and fall leaves so that we do not pay for any of our bedding. This is all donated to us by other different people. The food that we feed the worms mostly comes from
community natural foods.
And another, I think it's a store.
Climate organic.
Also, we have 3 families that save food for us and 3 other families. Our bins are made from an altered 53-liter compost Rubbermaid bin, and the worms plus the microorganisms are what breaks down the food. The microorganisms originally came from the soil, but now when you buy worms from us or you buy a compost kit from us, the microorganisms come from our almost finished compost. The worms, of course, are helped by the microorganisms. The worms will digest the soft things. The microorganisms break down the harder things because worms have no teeth. Our primary goal is to teach how to vermicompost, the benefits of organic material the benefits of reducing organic material going to our landfill, the tremendous benefits of producing and using natural nutrient-dense compost for growing any type of vegetation. We have some pictures over there that tell you the difference. We sell composting worms in a half-pound or a pound, ready-to-use kits. We sell finished compost in 5 or 10-liter bags, and you also can buy it in bulk from us if you bring your own containers. We also provide help and backup information for anybody who starts this at no extra charge. And this is done by email or by phone. We want to reach all those that wish to live a more sustainable life in their gardening without chemical alternatives. This business is fun and challenging for us. We also know that we have changed the lives of many others to help them lead a more sustainable life. In this last year, in 2011, I spoke to 3,700 children and in programs in school at 96 different places. I did 96 presentations at 65 different places. So we also ship worms. We have shipped worms as far away as Northwest Territories. And because in grade 4 in Alberta there's a program called Waste in Our World, we ship worms all over Alberta for the schools. So we're busy. And I'll turn this over to Mark. He's going to talk about the wonderful benefits of compost.
Thank you. The great British scientist Charles Darwin said, "Was it not for a worm, you and I would not be alive." It has been shown that worm castings is a part of the growing medium. Plants grow stronger and have higher yields. Compost that the worms make not only adds organic material to the soil, but adds traces of iron, magnesium, copper, zinc, and boron, which is required for plant growth. There are at least 12 varieties of minerals in the castings that are not found in outdoor composting. This has been a proven fact. Castings have at least 10 times more nutrients than outdoor compost. Worm casting can improve your soil in many ways. If you want good soil, add the microbiology. The microorganisms help break down the organic matter, as she was saying, making the nutrients more available to the plants. Castings are to loosen the soil and act like a sponge, holding almost twice their weight in water. This helps to soil absorb and hold water for later use by the plants. Because compost consists of many different sized particles, it has a porous structure which creates air pockets in the soil. All of this helps increase the fungi. The fungi provides food for the growth to the plant. There's the pictures over there on the wall. Fungi can be seen when you pull a carrot out of the ground. You see small white roots. This is fungi. Western Canada is very low on fungi. Here are some samples or examples of worm casting benefits. We add worm compost to our own flower beds twice a year whenever we plant anything. It has significantly improved the quality of our soil. On February 4th, 2009, I was outside and it was 20 below zero, but I had a daffodil coming up out of the ground. I said, what is going on here? So I went and got a 10-inch screwdriver and I tapped it through about 2 inches of frost with a hammer, and the 10-inch screwdriver went down and created a hole. And then I dropped a small temperature gauge on a string into that hole. It was 10 degrees above. Why? Because the microbiology has created enough heat around the root of that plant to give it strength to grow through 2 inches of frost. Jerry Kustrup, also Mark Gubuk, here, who's a big organic farmer. If you ever want to know anything about doing large operation, here's two fellows that really do it. Jerry Kustrup phoned me from Drumheller on April the 1st, 2008, and said that he had gone out to his farm north of Drumheller, and the neighbor's land across the road was covered with 4 inches of snow. He looks out at his fields and they are bare because he had been spraying this compost tea for 3 years, increasing the microbiology in the field. He injects compost tea during planting, does foliar spraying during the summer, and injects compost tea when summer falls. The rate of the application of this is 20 liters per acre, which is about like spitting on the floor. Thank you for coming, and any questions can be addressed by Pat and myself. We appreciate, we want to thank Community Natural Foods for the muffins and sustainable breakfast here this morning. And would you please bring on Noreen Rama, who talked more about the compost